Welcome to Dobby's Repairs. I'm Dobby the Fixing Elf, and this is what's in my toolbox, the series where I show you the tools I use to repair cars and fix things. So let's find out what's in my toolbox today. In this instalment, we have this lovely battery powered ratchet from Sealey, the CP1202, which is a battery powered 3/8 drive ratchet. It's pretty cool. I haven't got a battery on it at the moment, but this is the actual tool itself. You can buy this in either a kit with a battery or a kit with multiple other tools, which is the one I bought. And yeah, they do 3 different size batteries, which I'll do a video on later on. Yeah, they do 3 different sizes. I've only got 2 of them at the moment, the 4 amp hour and the 1.5 amp hour. They're all both pretty good batteries. I mainly use it with the 1.5 amp hour battery. Got a nice little battery indicator here, which is quite useful, and a nice little light. And yeah, it's a fairly handy little ratchet. It definitely speeds things up. Take your standard 3/8 drive sockets and extensions. Basically anything you use on a normal 3/8 ratchet, you can use on this. It's pretty good. The reversing mechanism is just on the back here. Quite a nice switch. So it's quite good. You can knock it if you're in really tight spots. That is something you need to watch out for. The ratchet itself, sorry about that if you've got headphones on, works fairly well. I'll just show you it with the other battery on it. And that's a 4 amp hour battery. It is a bit more powerful, it makes it a bit stronger. Let me just adjust that camera slightly. Yeah, there's the torch. Take this off for a second. I'm not a fan of using the 4 amp hour battery with it. It's easier to do off camera sometimes. But yeah, the 1.5 amp hour battery get you to plenty of tight spots and plenty of different areas. Stop on your socket. And yeah, overall so far it's pretty good. As you can see, it's a bit dirty. I got this out at Christmas and I've used it for about 4 months now, and I've really enjoyed using it. That's one thing. I've got some footage in action from a recent job which I'll pop in just after this clip. Yeah, overall it's a really nice handy ratchet. It's a fairly decent weight. It's not too heavy even with the battery attached, and it makes life so much easier than using a normal ratchet in certain spots. It just speeds things up. So you mainly use it as a bolt runner, so if you're it won't break bolts loose, it's not an impact. But yeah, basically what you do is you break your bolt loose and then you run it out of this, and it just speeds the whole process of running out. And again, you start your bolt by hand and you run it back in. Just as easy. The light makes it really useful in the dark spots because you can actually see the fastening you're looking at, which is quite useful. Yeah. Another benefit of this style of electric ratchet is the fact that you can run in fasteners where you haven't got much room. So as long as you can get the head in there, you can run it in, which is pretty good. It's also got this lovely adjustable paddle trigger, which can be a bit temperamental at times. But first of all, I'll say you've got a lock on here too. You've got a lock that stops you from actually operating the tool, which is very useful if you've got it in a tool bag with a battery attached, so it doesn't, like if you pop down right, you see it'll start running, which you don't want. You can lock it so it don't do that. And yeah, you've got this nice paddle trigger, which I do quite like. I wasn't sure about it at first, but you can really get some really nice fine motor control on it. So you can go really slow. You can do it with the yeah, definitely a good amount of adjustment in there, which is quite nice. Again, like if you're just trying to gently tweak the fastener in, you don't want to over tighten it, so just 3 things and you get near the end, you just and then go back and tighten it down properly afterwards, because you can also use this as a manual ratchet. It's got a fairly decent head on it, too. And yeah, it works really well for that sort of stuff. So here's the first part of the tool in action. So I'm going to break loose this fill plug. So I've got a ratchet in there, I'm going to break it loose first, and then I'm going to run it out with the ratchet. You can see it's not too loud when you're using it in the proper space. And now I'm going to break loose these gearbox mount bolts. These are the lower gearbox mounts of a Ford C-Max. So yeah, just breaks loose quite easy. Once you break it loose, you can run it out with the ratchet. And just speeds things up. So much easier than ratcheting the whole thing out, because this is quite a long bolt. Yeah, once you run it out, you can just pull it out nice and easily. In the next clip we're going to be removing the big 15mm gearbox mount bolt. So here we are again with this 15mm, so we break it loose. And then we ratchet a bit, and then we can run it out really nice and smoothly. Yeah, it works really well for that. So just before I get on to my final thoughts on this ratchet, I just want to say that none of my videos are sponsored, so all the tools I buy myself, or bought for me by family members and friends. But that doesn't sway my opinion on the tools that I review. If there's any tools you'd like me to get and review, let me know down in the comments below. And yeah, moving on to the final thoughts now. It's quite a handy little ratchet. There are a few niggles. One of them being that the head is quite big, so getting to certain spots is quite a pain. And sometimes you need to use other ratchets or different clearances. Apart from that, once you're actually in a place, as long as you can get on the fastener and not move it, it's a bit better than normal ratchet. You haven't got to ratchet in a tight spot. Apart from that, I wish the head was slightly longer as well. If you could have done maybe an inch longer, would have been perfect, but that's splitting hairs really. So I'm going to give this a 4 spanner rating, just because of the little niggles I just mentioned. But overall, it's a really handy addition to my toolkit and something I reach for all the time now. I hope that most of my jobs allow me to use this, because I will use it every single day if I can, and I really do enjoy using it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps both the channel and me out. If you're new here, consider subscribing. I post 2 videos a week, so by subscribing, you'll never miss a thing. Got any questions or suggestions? Drop a comment down below, and I'll do my best to reply to everyone. Here at Dobby Repairs, we're all about helping you learn how to work on your vehicle safely and showing you don't need to spend a fortune on tools to get the job done. Want to support the channel further? Become a member, starting at just 99p. Members get perks like early access to videos and more exclusive content. Keep fixing, and I'll see you in the next one.